Welcome back to another Conversations. I am Candie Zenon, author and life coach and CEO founder of Changing Seasons Life Coaching, where I help single moms strengthen their faith, family, and finances through one-on-one coaching, books, mentorships, and live events. And we are here today with our guest, Miss Star Waters. Welcome, Miss Star.
Thank you, Candy. I'm so happy to be here.
So happy that you are here with us. And I want you to listen to these announcements and come on back. Hello, everybody. My name is Candie Zenon, author and life coach to single moms, and the CEO founder of Changing Seasons Life Coaching, where I help single moms strengthen their faith, family, and finances through one on one coaching, mentorships, books, solutions, of course, and live events. Well, I come on here just because I became a co author with the Wake Up Winning No Matter What Volume 2. Yes, I'm just excited about that as you are. I became a co author because I simply just wanted to serve the heart of God by encouraging the hearts of His people. Well, that's my reason. And if you would like to support us, purchase your copy today. The first 20 people who pre order today will be acknowledged in the book, and we get to meet you at the December 2020 book launch. So, I am, once again, Candie Zenon, author and life coach, and I want to encourage you to keep waking up winning. See you in December. Welcome back once again to another Conversations. Thank you again for sharing your evening with us, Miss Starwater. So, Miss Star, how long did it take you to get from the original 286? Then you attended this Kaiser uh, group, and then you went to 220 pounds, correct?
hmm
So, from the 220 to now your current weight, what was that time frame?
I would say about 20 years,
20 years.
if not more than that,
Mhm.
about 20 to 25 years.
And normally, when you tell people 20 to 25 years, what is their response?
Disappointment. It's like we're in the pill popping microwave age of thinking.
Hmm.
And with the show The Biggest Loser, we're so used to seeing people sweat it out and all that kind of stuff and fall out and have people over them fanning them and all that.
Hmm.
Um, I basically was learning how to change my lifestyle. I went into it going on a diet, but with each new diet, with each new direction of how to get this weight off, I was learning a new lifestyle. And it took me a long time to realize this is not a diet. You're really learning a new lifestyle. And what happened in between all this time is that I would get to these plateaus. And the
Hmm.
plateaus would sometimes be a year or a year and a half.
Wow. Okay.
So that
Okay.
was, yeah, that was one of the reasons what took me so long.
Hmm.
And then I would think, well, maybe this is where I'm supposed to be. Maybe this is the size that I'm supposed to be.
And then what
And
happens?
and then I would maybe get on a new diet, or I would change either my intensity of my workout, or I would maybe eat less, you know. It,
Hmm.
I had to make some type of a drastic shift to get out of the plateau.
Hmm.
And then I would be going really great. And then, boom, here comes another plateau.
Hmm.
So it was the plateaus that helped me from, constantly going down, down, down. Yes.
So, did you eventually find a sweet spot, that thing that just works for you no matter what?
hmm
What
Yeah.
was it?
Becoming a non-meat eating person.
Okay.
Once I took, animals out off of my plate,
Hmm.
the weight went down, diseases went away. Um, and my non-automatic shut-off valve got fixed. Now,
Wow.
now I can eat, and it's almost like my brain said, "Okay, you've had enough," and I don't
Wow.
think about food anymore.
Mhm.
Uh, what helps what helps people continue to be on that merry-go-round with the food a lot of times are the commercials on TV, because
What type?
they're suggestive when they have, oh, everybody's sitting around with the pizza, and and you're like,
Oh, yes.
yeah. And it's all by design. It's
That
all design. you
That
know
is so true. I remember living in Houston, Texas. I had just had my second baby. I was home on maternity leave. So I'm watching TV from morning to night, right?
mhm.
And all day they had this Burger King commercial advertising this brand new burger. And I'm not really a burger eater because I think that you gather all of this food and you put it between two breads, and I just think it's weird. But by the end of that day, I didn't grab my new baby, my car keys, and my purse, and I was driving to the nearest Burger King. It is very suggestive. We
Convert,
underestimate the power of marketing.
that's right.
Hmm.
Yes, yes, yes. So I would suggest to anyone, if you truly are wanting and desiring to change how you eat, get up and do something else when the commercials come on.
Okay.
Or better yet, on your video that I saw you do today, you talked about people and their habits. Change. The fasting from the TV. Fast
Hmm.
off of TV
Hmm.
for about 30 days, just to give
Hmm.
yourself that break, because that too is an addiction. Okay.
Yes. Hmm.
And, and so we need to do something to cut the the disconnect, or
Hmm.
to cut the connect, so that we disconnect from the things that are driving us to do something habitually over and over again. We have
Break that
triggers.
cycle.
Yeah, we have triggers. We have habits, and we have I forgot what the other thing is, but I can't go by a dollar store without wanting to pull in there and get me a bag of popcorn.
Oh, really?
That's a trigger for me.
Hmm.
But now that I have given up, vegetables that break down into sugar,
Hmm.
popcorn and corn is off of my list.
Okay.
It's working so well that it's not even an option for me to add that into my menu anymore. But I
Okay.
have something that made sense to me, because it
Hmm.
was keeping me a prisoner in a body of fat.
Hmm.
So I have broken out of that prison now.
I love that you're sharing that your non-meat journey, and also on the Sage page, I talked about snowballing yourself into a new habit, because I have taken a non-meat journey, whereas it did not happen overnight. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna wake up and stop eating meat. This been 10 plus years. It went from shellfish to pork, then it was beef, and then it was uh, dairy, eggs. And but when you start messing with dairy, you realize that dairy was everywhere. It was your sour cream, it was your yogurt, it was your butter, it was your cream for your coffee. Now it has alternatives available, but back then it did not. So this was all taken out bit by bit. Now I think that if I want to introduce this to my life forever, I have to take into consideration what you and I were talking about over the telephone, when we talked about how sometimes we concede due to the company, and just having the meals with the family, with the friends, and then the next thing you know, you kind of concede and you eat what everybody else is eating. So you would have to have a plan how you now navigate your new world, your new dietary commitments when you're socializing, because you don't want your new lifestyle to leave you isolated. But you want to learn how to navigate it. And all of this takes time. This is a process. So I would say have a meatless Monday, have a no meat Tuesday. Try doing it with one meal a day before you do all meals a day. And then try to do one day a week, and then maybe twice a month. And slowly incorporate no meat meals. And this way you're building tolerance, you're learning recipes, and you're also teaching others about your new lifestyle and training them to respect it. I seen one post on Facebook one day. The lady said that her uncle had put turkey burgers on the barbecue pit for all of the vegans that was at the barbecue. So,
Bless, bless.
so you have to also, as you're learning and growing, you also teaching those around you about your new lifestyle as well. You have any suggestions to snowball into the new habit of a no meat, no animal product diet?
I would say to design your exit plan um, as close to what you can do and then follow it that way. You
Okay.
know, like for me, a long, long time ago in my 20s, so we're talking 50 something years ago, when myself and my husband and daughter started exiting out of eating meat, we let one thing go, the next thing go, until we got all the way down to no meat. And then we did eggs. So back in those days, they had the ovo, vegetarian, vegan wasn't even a word then.
Mm.
And then when we would go out, we would bring our own food. And, you know, we were ridiculed for that. Oh, what is that? Oh, it looks like this. I'm going to take, you know, all that kind of stuff. But it's because people just, uh, of course, you eat everything. I mean, that's what we do. Who are you to, you think you better than us? I mean, we ran into so many attitudes, but you
Mhm.
have to hone in for yourself, because none of those people that's doing all that talking are going to be up in that coffin when you go.
Whoa, that's powerful, powerful.
So, you know, it's you don't just, oh God, I don't want to not, you know, communicate with people, socialize with people. You ain't gonna socialize in the same coffin together.
Hmm.
So let you make the choices that you have to make so that you don't have to be in that casket early. Okay.
Hmm.
And if they come along with you, even if it's just a mental thing, cool. If they don't, then find you another group of people to hang with, because that is in a sense of bullying. And
Hmm.
a lot of it has to do with people do not like other people who are disciplined. And because of that, they don't know how to be disciplined. So they're going to throw stones your way. They're going to try to trip you up so that secretly behind your back, I knew that wasn't going to last long. I know people, you know.
Hmm.
And so in the meantime, I have become like back when I was a little girl, alone and with myself. Now, I have changed my languaging. It's no longer by myself. I'm with myself. I'm with myself to strengthen the choices that I make for myself. I'm with myself so that I don't have temptations that by what somebody else is eating is going to spark the memory of when I used to eat it or whatever. I'm able to get my life together, because my life is far more important than someone else's life.
So take us a day in the life in your journey. How does one day look for you from awake to sleep, including your eating, your exercise, your breakfast? Do you intermittent fast? Let us know.
Yes, I do. I'm a what they call an OMAD. I'm an intermittent faster that chose the OMAD plan, which stands for one meal a day. So within a 24-hour period of time, I eat one meal. And sometimes it goes over into maybe 27 hours, or the last time I did it, I think I did 46 hours. So I went 2 days almost without eating. Um,
Okay.
so when I wake up,
Hmm.
I drink water first, and then I get busy doing what you do. I have an intermittent fasting app on my phone, so it tells me at what point I am in my intermittent fasting day, as to when my body is capable of burning fat, and that's when I choose to do my exercise. I walk. My son has been training me with lifting weights, and he calls me a beast. So I'm Granny Beast.
Okay.
Oh yeah, girl. Okay.
Beast mode.
Beast mode, baby. Yeah. And so after I work out with him, that's when I come home and I eat my one meal a day.
Okay. And your one meal a day consists of?
My one meal a day, when I break it, it consists of fat, something fat. So it would be avocado, green olives, maybe some walnuts. And then I wait for about 40 minutes or so, and then that's when I eat my meal. And I'm raw vegan, so it could be today. I made raw cream of broccoli, cheesy cream of broccoli soup after I
That's
had,
with cashew cheese or something.
yeah,
Cashew.
with cashew, and
Hmm.
then with nutritional yeast. Nutritional
Mm.
yeast. I had the broccoli and water, and then I added milk just before it was done because I put it in my Vitamix, and that basically fills me up.
That's with the almond milk or
Yeah,
cashew milk.
almond milk.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
and your water intake. So, about how many glasses of water you get in a day?
it varies. I have been doing more seltzer water, or sparkling water, just 'cause I don't really like to drink water. But I put in about 8 glasses of water today, maybe 10.
And tell me what you have just recently learned about water. You said that you just read an article or something about plumping of the skin, or
Oh
yeah,
yes, yeah, yeah. So this video was all about youthfulness and looking and staying young looking. And they say the more water you ingest, the more your body has that liquid, that it, because we need water, and water is distributed to every organ of our body. And coming in number one is the brain. The brain's gonna get its water. It's going to take away water from someplace else, but it's going to get its water. It's got to have the water in order to navigate your body, keep your thinking and all that. The second thing that's going to get the water in is your heart. Your heart has to have the water to fuel pumping of the blood. And then the next organ is your skin. And when you drink, a good amount of water, your skin will have that moisture in it, will pump up your skin so that you don't have the wrinkles and all of that stuff. So don't buy all these creams that cost $150 for a little thing like this. Drink your water, lady. Drink your water.
wow. And your skin is beautiful. You have a glow and a dewiness, and you just look
Well, thank you.
extravagant. Yes. So I'm so happy you shared that. And for all my people who state that, it's hard for me to drink water, and I'm one of them. I am not trying to sit here and act like I got it all together because I don't. Um, I struggle. Me and water have a love hate relationship, but I know the importance of it. And I was sharing with Miss Starr the other day about I was fearful of the wrinkles. And she was like, I just heard an article. I just had just seen a video about the water. And I was telling her about my water struggles. I said, that's incentive for me. Even if is out of vanity. Whatever you need, ladies and gentlemen, to make it happen, drink your water. Even
Drink,
if it's for vanity's sake, drink the water.
absolutely. And you can also, trigger yourself by putting a timer on. That
Yeah, all
goes
these
off.
different apps.
Right. Though they got, I had that water drinking app, didn't do any good for me because I would just turn it off and keep on going.
So
But,
what the
I know now that I've got to drink the water. I've got to drink it.
And I'm
Um,
so happy you share 8 glasses of water, not the whole gallon thing. Cause
yeah.
I tried that too, the whole gallon. And I just felt like, oh, that was too
Yeah.
much. It
Oh
was
my God.
overwhelming.
Well, I told you about that fast that I went on. So it was so crucial. Of course, if you're on a water fast, it's crucial
The
that
100-day fast.
100-day fast, but it was not all 100 water. I went from water, I did that. I set out to do 21 days, but I could only do 19. And then I immediately went into a juice fast, which I did for 21 days. And then I went back to the water and I did accomplish 21 days on the water that time. And then I went back to the juice fast. And I think I did like about 19 days of the juice. I got to the point where I get the glass just right here. And it was like my throat closed up. It's like, no, no more juice. I mean, I just want to just not drink anything. So I think I did do 2 dry day fasts. And then that made me definitely want the water after doing 2 dry day fasts. But
Wow.
I was ready to stop the fast. I think I was like somewhere like around 70 days or so, and decided, why don't you do vegetable broth? So instead of juicing the vegetables that I brought, I just put them in a big pot and simmered them down, and then drained, or how should I say, sifted off.
Strained it.
Yes, drained it, right. And
Hmm.
that's how I finished the 100-day liquid fast.
And you did this because.
Well, actually, for the main reason that everybody do, to lose weight.
Oh, okay.
My,
Thank you
my
for your honesty and transparency.
Oh, absolutely.
Hmm.
I always try to keep it real,
Okay.
Then
Hmm.
that way, the next time somebody asks me, I don't have to try to remember what it was I said 3 months ago. I was so close to being my goal weight that I had wanted to weigh 140 pounds since I was a kid. Okay.
Okay.
So I had like maybe, I think at that point I was like 100 and maybe 75 or 170. And so
And
I
how
did
much you end up losing?
all the way down to 140.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes. And I kept it off for, oh my goodness, like a good maybe 5 months. I
Hmm.
kept it off, if not a little bit longer than that.
Hmm.
But then I got around my family. I went to Portland, Oregon to visit. And especially when you're not in your own home, in your own kitchen,
Hmm.
that makes a big difference to your choices,
Hmm.
uh, and the temptation, being around other people, and wanting to, because food separates us. If we don't eat like everybody else, it really will
You
separate.
will feel isolated. But you know what I realized, and I thought back to, I had this one great aunt that was married into the family. And I remember her coming from out of town because she lived about 45 minutes away from the city we were in. And she would come to the cookouts with her own meats. And I never understood why because I was a little girl. But as I got older, now I understood she took her health serious. And she also wanted to socialize and be with the family. But she said, this is what I need. And I'm not going to depend on you all to have it there for me. I'm bringing it with me. And
Mhm.
that's what she did. Of course, for Oregon to Atlanta is two different things. But I just want to make people aware it's okay to communicate with the hostess. Let them know that about your dietary journey or your dietary commitments, and see if they can at least one thing there. But to the point as well, that's how I only went 281 days of not eating meat, because I went home for 2 weeks.
Mm,
And home for me is Louisiana, the
mm-hmm.
best food in the world for far as I could say. But um, so for a long time I would eat around the meat. I would run to the store, grab something else, and it's smelling good. And also, you not only have the smell of the food, but you have the memory, because once that scent hit the sensory glands, it
Yeah.
triggers the memory. So
Yes.
you remember the crunch, you remember the savory of the dish, you remember how it tastes and how it felt on the lips and the tongue, and then so you all of a sudden you're like, oh, just give me a little bit. By the time I left that, I was eating a full course meal, eating chicken. And so I want to work my way back from the meat. And I
Yes.
think I would have maintained that yet if I wouldn't have went home.
Yes. That's the hard part.
Hmm.
So once I guess that's why they call it comfort food, because of the memories and all that kind of stuff that swells up within you, you know.
Yes,
And I know
exactly.
that it tastes good, but I know that it's not good for me
Hmm.
because that eating the way that I ate robbed me, literally robbed me of my youth. I I wasn't as fine as I could have been.
Hmm.
Now here I am, an old lady, you know, trying to be fly. But
Shoot,
not
you
only
are
am I,
fly.
but not only am I fly, but I'm healthy. For the
Hmm.
first time in my life, I am void of diabetes. I am void of high blood pressure, and I am void of ugly fat.
I would love for us to come back and do a full video on just fasting,
Oh, I would love that. Yes.
because that's a conversation in itself. Now, is there anything else that you feel that we would benefit right now here in this moment? Say, for instance, I'm listening to you, and tomorrow I want to start this journey. Where will you tell me to start?
I would say give yourself about a week, 7 whole days to maybe go on Facebook or go on YouTube and just start searching for individuals that have accomplished what you want to accomplish, whether it's extreme weight loss, whether it's overcoming a disease, whether it is pumping yourself up to do exercise and love it, because so many of us do exercise but we don't love it. We just do it because we know we have to, and then when we reach our weight goal we stop or whatever. But emulate someone that you admire and look at their story, know their story, so that at any time when you start feeling weakness, you can channel that person. You
That's
can emulate
powerful.
them, because that's what I did.
Okay.
There was a show that came on, and maybe you might be able to Google it on YouTube. It was called I Did It. And it would come on once a week, and there would be two people that 15 minutes each, that they looked at, what made them begin to lose the weight, well, how they put the weight on, and then what rock bottom experience they went through that woke them up, and then what things they did to get the weight off. And
Okay.
every week I would watch that and I would be so inspired by all of those people.
Mhm.
So inspired. And I kept thinking, when they do my story, what will the final star look like? Because when you're fat for so long, you can't even imagine what you would look like when to be thin, you know. And then what marvelous, insightful things would I be able to pass on to other people that are now standing in the shoes that I used to stand in? as a big person, as a fat person, as a person that seemed like had no control. And that's what kept me going. I kept wanting to be that woman, that woman.
At any time, did you feel like you wanted to give up and throw in a towel and grab a bucket of KFC?
I may have grabbed a bucket of KFC, but never to the point of just giving up and
Hmm.
giving in.
Okay.
Because one of the things that kept me going, Candie, was that I became a widow. My husband died when I was 49 years old.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that part. I'm sorry.
Oh, girl, my story goes long and deep. It goes
Okay.
long and deep. Okay, we only
Okay.
spoke for a few minutes, so hey. Um, but at age 49, the only thing between my children and 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 them being orphans was me. I was obese. I was morbidly obese. I had high blood pressure, and I had diabetes. So I mean, hey, I was like on a banana peel on a hill. All I needed was one swift push, and my four children would have been orphans. So I
Wow.
went out to be the healthiest, the best, the smallest star that I could be to be around for my children. And so that was my motivating force. So no, I was not going to give in, not
Hmm.
at
Hmm.
all.
Well, is there anything else you want to share with us that maybe you feel that we can benefit from?
Do a lot of visualization and a lot of journaling. Take the time to go within. And if you meditate, that's even a plus, because you were talking about during fasting is when you get answers from God.
Oh, on a
Meditation,
video. Hmm.
yes, meditation is that same thing, that
Okay.
you get the answers from your highest being to
Hmm.
guide you in the direction that you need to go.
I love
Always
that.
hang in there. Always hang in there. Your
Hmm.
family will be glad that you did.
And what is that statement you said to hang on to about us
Oh,
being divinely guided?
yes, to be divinely guided. And you can do that through meditation, through visualization. Yes, those are the locks that unopen, those are the keys that unopen the lock to all of those insightful things to guide you on.
Wow. Well, you heard it here first, Miss Star Waters showing us the way. And I am so excited to be a part of this story and hearing her weightless journey and adding all the things that encompass mind, body, and spirit. So I want to encourage you to start your journey, give yourself permission to start. Or if you want to have someone hold your hand, join the Sage page, the Sage, the Season and a Single on Facebook, and let us hold your hand and encourage one another. You are not alone. There's a whole village rooting for you and your success. Continue to be divinely guided. What's your social media? How do we connect with you and glean more from your wisdom?
Well, first of all, I'm going to do a shameless plug.
Okay,
I'm,
go for
I'm
it.
going to tell people to go on Sisters, and that's SISTERS, speakwellness.com/reg to get in on the holistic wellness webinar that our group will be putting on starting October 22nd, where you will hear a lot of me and a lot of my partners as we tell you our own individual stories of how we have overcome life altering diseases and imbalances. That's the first way. The second way is that you can find me on Facebook under my name. Star with one R, Waters, not Walters, Waters. Also, Granny Gone Raw. That is my Raw page. And also, Sisters Speak Healing and Wellness group on Facebook.
I thank you. And all the information that she just mentioned will be here in the description box right beneath the video. Well, Miss Waters, I'm so happy that you shared with us how to be divinely guided. I thank you for sharing your testimony, your story, your journey, and we look forward to hearing more from you and your cohorts in the upcoming webinar. And to my audience, I want to invite you to join the Weightless Journey on our Facebook page at Sage, the Season, and the Singles on Facebook, while we take this weight loss journey to weigh less, not just on the scale, but to weigh less in our minds and our spirits and our emotions. Well, once again, this is Candie Zenon, author and life coach. And hopefully, I'm helping you love through it, learn from it, live after it. Please feel free to subscribe to the YouTube page, like, and share the video. Until next Sunday, we meet then. Enjoy your weekend.